recording.
Okay. So we are here with Miss Winters. Okay. How long did you work at Westwood?
I was an assistant principal at Westwood for about a year and a half. I was an assistant principal at Cedar Valley for almost 6 years, and then moved to the high school level so I could understand the difference between middle school and high school.
Okay. So you do have experience at high schools with block schedule?
I do.
Okay. So how long have you worked here at Grisham?
2.5 years.
Great. So, do you have any concerns with block schedule?
Well, block scheduling is more expensive than the traditional scheduling that we have. Actually, middle school scheduling is expensive too because we have teams, and so teachers have that extra off period so they can focus on like how the students, meeting the students' needs and doing cross-curricular activities and things like that, that planning time. And then block scheduling is just a little bit more expensive than that because it takes even more additional allocations, like teacher units, because they can't teach as many kids because they're teaching fewer classes. So then it just causes more of an expense for the district. And so a lot of schools, a lot of middle school principals would like that. They think that that would be beneficial for kids, but financially it's not feasible.
So, do you think that, sorry, I was
Okay.
just thinking, I had a question.
Sure.
Do you think that the block schedule would affect the teacher's planning time that you said that they have during the day?
Well, teachers by law have to have one conference period. And then the team time that they have, if they were having a block schedule, that there was no way they'd be able to have that team time, that common time off for planning, they wouldn't be able to have that for sure.
Okay. And so, do you think this would help the transition to high school for middle students?
I think it would help the transition as far as like the kids would be used to the 90 minutes versus like what we have now, which is almost 50 minutes. But I think that it's a hard transition for middle school kids because that's expecting kids to sit down or be engaged for such a long period of time at a young age. And so teachers would have to go to seriously some training to understand how to keep kids engaged for 90 minutes. They'd have to have many more transitions and things. I think it's possible, but it has to be a total change in how teachers teach.
So you are the principal.
Yes.
So would you like to have a block schedule?
I would. I think block scheduling is really beneficial if teachers can implement it correctly. And again, it just goes back to having that training, and it'd be costly for the district to also bring in the training necessary because the Round Rock teachers aren't used to teaching that way. But many schools really would, and I think it'd be good.
Thank you for your
Sure,
time.
absolutely.
Joanne,
Thanks, guys.
do you have any question? No.
She has me.
Well, my question is that
Sure.
wouldn't it be better to teach kids at a young age how to get used to that 90 minutes? Because in college, well, in Westwood it's 90 minutes, but in college it's even worse, like hours and hours of hours of just.
But college isn't worse. It depends on when your classes are. If you have like a 3-day-a-week class or a 2-day-a-week class. If you have a 2-day-a-week class, then you have like 90-minute blocks. If you have 3-day-a-week classes, they're about 50 minutes. So just like what we have now. Again, do I think that you could do it? Absolutely, but I think it's got to be age appropriate. Like in elementary school, they have long periods of time with one teacher, but they have lots of different transitions, and that's how elementary school teachers are trained. Middle school teachers haven't been trained that way, and if we were going to go to that, they would have to have the training and how to have those transitions and different activities in a longer period of time.
So if they got that training over the summer, do you think it'd be possible to have a block schedule?
I think it would take a lot more than just training over the summer to implement it effectively, because you're middle school kids, you know how hard it is to sit still in a class for 50 minutes, and so I think that you'd have to have more movement in a class and different ways to get kids engaged for a long period. So,
I think that is all our questions, correct?
yeah? All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Good job, guys.